Give it to me like.
This is my journey as a single mom on the outskirts.
Miss Trainer!
Hi,
Hey, Melissa. So,
Beta trains.
Miss Trainer.
Michelle Trina, I'm so sorry, Mr. Carl. I was.
She's a good person. She's got a lot of heart and a lot of caffeine.
I just walked into chaos in the form of a woman.
Welcome the creator, the star of Divorce Diaries, Michelle Trina.
Welcome to Divorce Diaries Show podcast. I am Michelle Trina, the creator of Divorce Diaries. Cheers, everybody. Happy Thursday. I'm recording this on a Thursday. We missed last week because of a scheduling conflict, and I wasn't able to record, so I did a mini episode for you, a little bit about what I'm about to talk about today. I had a really amazing 4 days with actually, I shouldn't say 4 days. I had a really nice time with somebody new in the last couple of days, and I am enjoying the feeling. I talk a lot about the drought that is my love life with intimacy and stuff like that, with strong connections and feeling a connection with a guy, and I have feelings and they have feelings, and then they dip out. And I haven't had really good sex in a long time. I haven't had really good intimacy in a long time. And I had a really nice couple of days with somebody that I know that took me out on an actual date, and we had an amazing time. And then we saw each other again. So it was really lovely. But I feel like the test is coming. Not the test, but like we'll see. Like, I left yesterday and I haven't heard from him since. So I'm like, is that a bad sign? I don't think so, but those of you listening to this, as I just spilled coffee all over my freaking bed again, this is why I can't have anything nice. Hold on. All right, so the rules of falling in love, that's what we're going to talk about. What are they? I mean, most people will say there's none. Like, if it feels right, it feels right. There's a part of me that gets nervous, as much as I do want love, that like if somebody comes into my life that I have strong feelings for and is treating me right and is giving me all the things that I need, what if that distracts me from my career? Because it happened when I got married. It happened with my ex-husband, and I don't want that to ever happen again. So I, am a little hesitant about stuff like this, where I had a great sex, great intimacy with the person, and I keep noticing that my mind is drifting off now as I'm working and thinking about those moments. And it's like, girl, you got work to do. So what do you think? Is there a way to balance your mind and not get distracted with this lovesick feeling you have when you first meet somebody? Or how do you turn the switch off? Clearly, he hasn't texted me since I saw him yesterday morning. So I'm not sure if he's even really thinking about me, although I haven't texted him and I've been thinking about him nonstop. So we'll see. What's going on in the Divorce Diaries show world is I am coming to Richmond next Saturday night, August 19th, Firehouse Theater. Go get your tickets. VIP tickets, I think, are still left. We also have August 26th. I'm headlining a show in Boston. So it's not a Divorce Diary show, but I'm headlining it. It's going to be great. Then August 27th is a Divorce Diary show in Albany, New York, 2 weeks from now. I'm a little nervous because that's a space that's pretty big. And it's bigger than the theater that I'm performing in, and I'm just nervous. So I also am thinking in my head, I have to take an early train next Saturday morning. Should I ask this guy to take me? Or is that too nervy of me? And then there's a part of me that's like, bitch, this motherfucker probably has plans already. Like, I don't want to get hurt. And I really, really don't want to get hurt. So that's part of me is like what's holding me back with like texting him and say, hey, how was your blah, blah, blah. I'm also picking and choosing what I share on here because of the last disaster of a guy that I liked who didn't like me sharing all my information on my podcast. And we ended up not dating or even going further than a first date because of it. So this guy that I like and I had great intimacy with the last couple of days. He's moved And I was going to text him last night and say, hey, I hope your move went well. But he didn't text me. He knew my daughter was coming home. He knew I was working on set yesterday. I was doing obviously I'm non-union. I was doing a true crime show. And I know he must have been like, well, she's busy. Or not. Maybe he's not even thinking about me. Maybe he's annoyed that I didn't text him. I don't know. I hope not. I will text him later, probably. Even though part of me is like, maybe you should just wait. God, if you're listening, when I ask for a sign, God's always listening, but my Father up in heaven, my relatives, my spirit guides, my coaches, please give me a sign if I should text him. Give me a sign if I should text him. Okay, there we go. I asked the universe will deliver. I feel like I already know the answer. I feel like the universe is like, bitch, are you serious? I feel like they're going to say you need to wait. But there's also a part of me that's like, if you just want to say something, which I would normally do. But again, once I fall down the rabbit hole of having great intimacy with somebody, which is rare, it's like, I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, I'm gonna rip someone's head out if he doesn't text me. That's not healthy. But let's talk about how to deal with distractions. So if you find a new guy and you are someone like me or a new girl, whatever, right? You get distracted when you fall in love. I'm not falling in love by any means, but like you fall for somebody, you start liking them, you're crushing on them, you're having good sex. It's the honeymoon stage of like getting to know somebody. You're getting butterflies, you're doing work at a Starbucks and you're glaring off into the distance, thinking about him. Like, so if it's that, right? How do you deal with it? Like, how do you not get distracted? Well, I'm doing it right now. I'm recording my own podcast talking about it. I always say feed into what's distracting to you and figure out a way to monetize from it. That is why I started Divorce Diaries. Now, if you are a dentist and you can't filter it out, maybe then you just take a moment and you spend an hour writing about this person or how it's distracting you and how you're feeling about it. That seems to help. Writing it out, creating from it, talking about it always helps me. And if that's not accessible to you, you can, what I've tended to do in the past is I do breaks. I have 15 minutes of work I have to do. And then at that break, once I have to get this done, I'm going to just do a free write, or I'm going to call my friend and tell her my thoughts on something about this person that I'm thinking about nonstop. That tends to help. I'm sorry that you're watching on the YouTube channel. You can see that the sun is blaring in my eyes right now. So that tends to help, although I don't think I just made it better, but we can see. That's how the distraction helps. I mean, everybody calls their friends and like talks about it, right? That's a big help, but you have to set a limit on it. Otherwise, you're going to be doing what I do, is spiraling out of control sometimes. What about the distractions when you're with the person? Like yesterday morning, I had to get up and leave because I wanted to get writing done before I had to be on set. And my daughter was coming home. I wanted to get stuff ready for her at the house. P.S. None of that happened. I think that was it because the house looked like a mess. But I wanted to get that stuff done. So I said to myself, I'm getting up at 6:30. I'm not going to feel guilty for leaving and having him and think that I'm doing something wrong. I'm going to get the fuck up because I got to get going. Now, I used to feel guilty if I would do that. Oh, is he going to feel like I deserted him? That is such bullshit. So the only thing that I made sure I had to keep my promise, right? Ed Milet talks about confidence is about keeping the promises you keep to yourself. Now, this is not a huge promise about me getting up and leaving the guy that I just slept with's house, but I needed to get home. So I said, you got till 6:45. Then you got to get your booty up. Okay. I did that. I think that I guess I have to still figure out, because if I do start when I haven't dated somebody in a long time, and so it might be that I won't be either, because clearly he doesn't seem to be thinking about me. After 24 hours, he has not texted me yet. So it's okay. I see how I'm spiraling. I don't want that to overshadow the very lovely time I had with him. in the last couple of days. And there are other people that are interested in me. I have another guy that I have texted with in the last month and two. We've gotten a drink together. He's a doctor. I think I've talked about him. He's really sweet and cute too, and I really like to get to know him. He needs to take a little more initiative on the texting, or the conversations, or putting things out there. I don't know. He doesn't have any children, so I don't know if that's also in the back of his head why he doesn't want to ask. But, and he's also not like an Italian American loud me. He's Asian, and he's quite like he's a little reserved, I think, but he's nice, very nice. So I don't know, like I have my options. Okay, I'm keeping my options open. I say that only because I feel like I have to say that. I really just like I have friends who are like, don't go running if he calls, and I'm like, but like my one friend said that when he asked me to come back over because was my last night without my kid, and before she was going to come back. And my friend was like, just make sure you don't have to, just make sure you know that you don't have to just run over there. Like, that's the skeptical friend. When you're happy and you find someone you really connecting with, your skeptical friend creeps in and reminds you of how many times you called her or him crying in the fetal position because of the last guy that you thought was the one. And my friend was like, don't go running over there just because he asked. But then I want to see him. So I said I didn't run, I skipped. Okay, I didn't run over there. I skipped. What the fuck am I sitting on? I'm sitting on a charger. Oh my gosh. Okay. So then there's the weary friend, the weary friend who's like, well, how much money does he make? That's the friend. I shouldn't say that's the weary. That's the gold digging friend. Well, he lives in his basement with his grandmother and plays games all day because he's collecting a disability check. Your weary friend will be like, next. I have one of those family members, my cousin. I'll tell her, I'll be like, well, he's sober. And she's like, next. I know, that's horrible, right? That's horrible. But like I said, she goes, no, you got next. I was like, how much of a drinking family are we? And then I realized, I was like, okay, next. No, I'm kidding. If you are currently sober, I'm proud of you, and I'm still taking applications if you're willing to submit. Oh my God, is that even politically correct? I don't know if it's correct. There's a man right now in LA walking around as a dog with a dog suit on. So I'm wondering if I'm being politically correct, making a joke when there's a fucking human being identifying as a dog in a full-blown dog suit. Okay. And this is why there are very slim pickings for women, and this is why we date men who are shitty, because of look what's going on. There's a man in his 40s rolling around in a dog costume in Los Angeles identifying as a dog. I have to be honest with you, I give him much credit for finally coming to terms with what men really are. Humping trees and taking a piss wherever the fuck they want to show their territory. Okay, so we will see. I have dealt with distractions a lot in my post-divorce journey, especially even married too, but distractions with love. If you think you can't not think about something, put a timer on and allow yourself the time to do it, and then you go back to your work. And even if the increments get smaller, like I'll do like 10 right now, I'm doing my podcast. I'll come off the podcast, I'll edit it, I'll throw it up, I'll take a break. And if I want to have my brain go to that place, I'll have my brain go to that place thinking about, why is he not texting me? Why is he getting, no, don't do what I do because I'm on a whole nother level of a psychiatric ward, but give yourself the time to at least acknowledge that the thoughts are happening, but don't make it too long because then you're off task. And then nobody's winning if you're not making that money, meaning, you're getting distracted from the stuff that is really fulfilling you and allowing you personal and professional growth. Okay. I am excited though, because this is the first time in a long time I've had butterflies for crush on someone that's actually reciprocating or has reciprocated. I don't know. The jury's still out because again, he hasn't texted me in a full fucking day. But it was a nice time. I will say that was a very nice time. Okay. If you're going to be in Richmond, if you're going to be in Albany, or you live in those places, I am performing there in the next couple of weeks. August 19th at Firehouse Theater in Richmond. Come get your Southern Hospitality divorce on, your divorce party. Don't be tardy for the divorce party. What other taglines have I come up with? If I've never dated a Southern gentleman, and I feel like if I had, the guy that I would be attracted to would be like, ma'am, I want to hold the door for you, but I'm holding my wife's door first. That's probably what would happen. Not that I would be attracted to that, but I would think like, oh, that doesn't mean anything. He's getting a divorce. I'm just holding the door for her because we're getting separated today and I could take you for coffee. Okay, whatever. So then Richmond is August 19th at Firehouse Theater at new material I'm working on for the show. And if you haven't seen the Amazon Prime special, just go to Amazon Prime, Michelle Trina, Divorce Diaries. Then August 26th, I'm headlining a show in Boston, Squantum Yacht Club with the Alex Mann Comedy Group. Very excited about that. A shout out to Alex Mann. He's a great, we found each other on TikTok a couple of years ago. He liked one of my videos about the shitty ass producer that I fell in love with in LA. I never fell in love with him. I shouldn't say that. Infatuated, and deserted me after I slept with him. Anyway, that's Boston, August 26th. And then August 27th, Funny Bone, Albany. Go get your tickets. Please share the news. This is going to be a popping time. It's not just a stand-up show. It's an improv and stand-up one-woman comedy show extravaganza. Love you guys. Don't get distracted. Get attracted. That was just I don't know. Just get attracted to yourself. Get attracted to finding a way to feed into it a little bit and then go right back to what you were doing, because ain't no man or woman worth the distraction of you not achieving your goals, your dreams, and making that coin. Stay tuned for more and keep living your happily ever divorced ever. Go to michelletrina.com or divorcediaryshow.com for any and all details about Divorce Diaries. Love you guys and stay tuned for more.